Habibis.
Habibi.
We here? Are we here? Oh, Habibis, it's happening. Are we getting this?
It's live. You're putting that on
Yeah, I'm putting it on
like
wrong.
a pro.
You were trying to teach me, and this wasn't working. Gotta keep my head covered, though. I'll just go with that.
You're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
It's hard to drink with this thing on.
All right. We good?
We're good.
All right. We'll do that for now. Habibis, welcome. It's the Habibi Power Hour. I'm Siraj Hashmi. You should already know that. And my buddy, Mujahed
Kobbe.
the man who
Our
cannot
Malik,
die.
Jay. I mean, I don't know how many names I went through so far.
People ask him where's Ernie. He'll join us later. I mean, you got to stick around for the grand finale. I'm gonna go get him while we get through all of this because I don't know if this was hastily put together. I think we had some time to plan.
We did, but you know how we do these things. Everything's
That's
last
true.
minute.
That's true. Oh, yes. Excuse me. It's Branson Taylor. Is my audio coming in okay, or do I need my AirPods as well?
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. So Jay, real quick, what story in politics are you waging a jihad on?
Right now, man.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing. It's like nonstop. It's either Tara Reid, or it's the coronavirus, or it's people wishing that this medication is not working. There's just so much stuff going on right now. If you're on Twitter, it's nonstop.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's brain is melting. You get that sense?
Absolutely, 100%.
I had to switch the reason I had to switch the list from daily to weekly because my brain was like becoming liquid. It was.
You can't do it. There's just so much going on, and so many people deserve to be on the list. It's just, I'm surprised it's not 150 down by the end of the week.
I've tried so many different things, and it doesn't. It's really, it's sad to see that I can't do it as often because the workload has just been so great. But yeah, I think this whole stuff, the story I'm waging a jihad on. Just from today, we saw this, or at least from the last week, we've seen this like desperation from Stacey Abrams to be Joe Biden's running mate. It's kind of astonishing, honestly.
My favorite thing about it, and that nobody's mentioning, is when Joe Biden mentioned it in the very beginning, she was like, I'm nobody's number two. I don't run on nobody's number two or some shit. And everybody was like, yeah, you go girl, and all this kind of crap. And then now she's every interview she's doing, she's like trying to get Biden's attention, and it's hilarious.
It's so good. It's I mean, my favorite part was her saying that she's qualified because she had 25 years of independent study on like foreign policy.
What does that even mean? How is that even? And then what's her name? Gayle King is just like, yeah, you're right, and all this. Like,
you're
definitely
qualified.
You qualified.
I mean, if Biden picks her, you pretty much chalk up an L right away, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I can't think of any like positive that she brings. It's like, and this is a buddy of mine who has been following this stuff pretty closely with at least on the criminal justice side for Trump. It's interesting the way that he looks at like the First Step Act and commuting a lot of these sentences like Alice Johnson. It's not so much to cater towards black voters because he knows he's not going to get black voters. And I'm talking about Trump here.
Right.
But that he's trying to make like white suburban voters feel more comfortable voting for someone that they don't feel is a racist.
Yeah.
So it's not really talked about that much, but that's like, yeah, all right. But I mean, that's something that I think a lot of people, in terms of like the whole discussion about like African American unemployment being at a historic low. Oh, what are we drinking here, Jay?
Buffalo Trace. No, somebody was asking what I'm drinking.
I'm keeping it halal with a diet Sunkist.
When is the first time have you ever dipped your finger into the haram? Have you been just a good boy your whole life?
Very good boy.
Very good.
I am most good boy. Actually, it's interesting. So tonight is the last night before Ramadan starts.
Oh man, how are you guys gonna deal with that? I mean, being cooped up in. Well, I mean, when I was fasting back home and stuff like that, it's easy. You just nap all day. So being quarantined is probably gonna help with that.
So here's what I'm gonna try to do differently, because the workload has actually increased a lot since quarantine has begun. I'm gonna wake up for sahur at like 4 a.m., eat breakfast, smash some coffee, and then just try to stay awake and do my work until I basically run on fumes, and then pass out for the rest of the afternoon until it's iftar and the sun goes down, and then eat again.
How's your dad going to be doing it? He's back. He's in the hospital and stuff, right? I mean,
so he's like semi-retired, and he's current. I think so. He's starting a new gig out in. Oh, Yasha just joined us. You can't believe it. Oh, Caleb throwing shots. You guys almost have more viewers than Yasha does every night.
That's not true. I'm gonna start some shit against the Habibis right now.
I swear we didn't go behind Yasha's back on this one. We just decided we were gonna do it, and it's just happening. Habibis, it's happening. So.
Yeah, right.
Why the F were my closest friends not telling me?
Honestly, I thought we were talking about this in the group chat.
Yeah, we talked about the Habibi boys, getting together for an Insta Live.
That's Habibi.
Habibi,
absolutely.
Yep. So, let's see. The other thing, real quick, before we get into some of these questions. Yeah, we're gonna get into Habibi's Twitter accounts and all that stuff. But the other story I'm waging a jihad on is the Chinese propaganda war on coronavirus. And I feel like that's not talked about nearly as much.
Well, because the reason why is the people who are engaging in it are the journalists who are supposed to be talking about this.
Yeah, even though, the one thing that always stands out to me is people reporting, like something as simple as reporting confirmed cases and then saying like the US has the most cases in the world, and they like keep China's reported number of cases at like 81,000. Like that hasn't changed in like 2 months.
Right. And when we first overtook China, they were like waving it like it was some sort of goal that they were waiting for us to hit. But the thing is that it was at that 81,000 for how long until we finally went over it. Yeah. And they've got like 1.4 billion people compared to it never made sense from the beginning. And just to watch them use those numbers is just.
It's crazy. And
it is.
Yeah, Habibi is actually defending us. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm touched. So for anyone who doesn't catch the whole thing, I'm gonna post this on my YouTube channel later. We'll see how this goes. This could be a one-time only thing, or maybe we might do it weekly, depending on how people feel about this. But right. I think, and Jay, who are you dunking the most on Twitter nowadays?
Well, I've so when I first got banned a long time ago, I forget how long ago it was. when that started happening, I change it up. So when I first got banned, it was like first Jim Jim Acosta, I was like really dunking on him like a lot. And I kept on doing it, making memes, posting his face on crying girls or whatever, and clown suits and all this kind of stuff. And it, when that one got banned, I started really getting on Brian Stelter a
Oh, but
lot.
that,
And then
Brian Stelter to me is your arch nemesis.
100%, like it's 100%. Doesn't matter how many times I get banned.
Explain,
I'm
let's
still going
explain
after
that.
him.
Why is Brian Stelter your arch nemesis?
God, it's just it's that it's hard. You get a feeling off of a person that he is just the most fake, smug, like type of person that you everyone has somebody like that in their lives, and I feel like he is the embodiment of every one of those persons in real life on live TV every other night. So it's just it irks me to no end that people actually think that he's like somebody to like he's um that he is where he is. Like it boggles my mind. I don't
You
understand
know,
it.
so and this is how I view Stelter. He's like the Eye of Sauron. If his like watchful eye is like always on like one particular thing, he like never moves it to any other part of Mordor. It's just like Fox News, boom, that's it.
Yeah, him and Oliver Darcy now, like they are just there's so much other stuff going on there. And if they want to consider themselves as media reporters, like what happened with ABC, what happens with and if the New York Times does a stealth edit or something like that here or there, like they're not on it whatsoever. What they care about is what what kind of tie Tucker's wearing or what Ingram was saying, and it's like every single night that's their only beat. That's all they do, and it gets tiresome and very hypocritical.
Yeah, and you've actually we'll get into the number of accounts that you've gone through on Twitter, but you have been banned by calling Brian Stelter out more than any other time.
Yeah, and the one that got me was when I called him a little bitch clown, I think, and I know he's the one who what's it called? Who reported it because it showed up on it right after I said it, and it said it was because it was it's a hateful comment to a class of people, and
A class of people.
a class of people. So I
Who are you
apparently
offending? Clowns?
clowns, little bitch clowns, or journalists, one or the other. Like I don't know. Maybe Twitter's starting to try to make journalists as a
As
protected
someone
class.
who's constantly at a victim of Islamophobia, I just want to say I would at least like to be a part of a protected class.
Right.
And if it's journalists, then let it be. Oh man, for me, oh man, I shouldn't rub my face as much. It's so good to see you, Habibi.
It brings tears to your eyes.
I know it really does. For me, everyone knows that Jennifer Rubin's kind of been on my radar for quite some time, and I think it's look, I don't have anything personally against anyone in the industry or on Twitter, with maybe the exception of like the Iranian regime or really evil people. But we can discuss that for another time. The David Levitts of the world, that dude's just wild. Anyways, Jen Rubin is a really interesting one to me because she's a reply guy for like Joe Biden, and like that's it.
Well, it's not
I'm
just
surprised
Joe
she's
Biden.
not working on the campaign.
Right. It's almost any Democrat that is supposedly in the news as a front runner or anything. Like when she replied to the Andrew post with his family when they were having dinner.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like a fantasy post to it saying like, oh, the boyfriend looks like a good guy or whatever. I mean, it's so bad.
That was hella cringe. That was really, I was not expecting. Look, Jen Rubin is known to surprise me from time to time. That definitely was a surprise. I don't think I could have. I don't expect that. I don't expect much from her. Like And people ask, and I'll get into this in a little bit. We'll get into the list about, a preview of the list for this week coming up on Sunday. But when it comes to like, people ask me all the time, like, why isn't Trump on it more often? Or like, why do you have these people ranked so low? It's like, it's all about expectations. Like if you're guaranteed to get like crazy tweets from a particular person, like Bill Mitchell, for instance, perfect example. He always tweets out crazy stuff. And,
right.
And he doesn't make it for every single, he doesn't make the list for every single tweet he posts because like he's either the expectation is so low for him and like, but he still can't meet it, or the expectation is so high and it really takes a lot to like surpass that threshold. So like take for example, this week he tweeted out, and I guess we could just go into it right now, and we'll get to the next topic after this. But Bill Mitchell, he tweeted out, quote, interesting that Act Blue raised an average donation of $30.38. This would imply people are donating in uneven numbers, including pennies, which would be odd, or it would indicate untraceable foreign donations and an exchange rate translation, which would be illegal, end quote. I mean, he has the word average written in his tweet, and he doesn't understand how it works.
No, and it's funny when you have people like that who have like honest to God followers, retweeting it non-ironically, like actually believing this type of nonsense, and it really scares you on what people are believing out there. It really does.
Oh, like, and here's the thing is like, I am not sure who's serious about this stuff or not, and that's where I think Twitter has sort of gotten to the. I think, at least in my impression, in the years I've been on Twitter, I know people troll. I certainly troll.
Right.
You troll. Everybody has like a certain level of trolling, but some people, like say for example, and someone mentioned Alex Jones in the comments that Bill Mitchell is like the Alex Jones of Men's Warehouse or something like that. But let me find that. I got that was good. Elvis Shrug. That was a good one. Bill Mitchell, like when that story came out about Alex Jones and his deposition, that he was the whole Alex Jones persona was just that, a persona. It was a bit that he was doing. Obviously, like now that like that shattered my entire worldview about how could anyone believe that sort of stuff and like genuinely believe it. Bill Mitchell could be one of those people who genuinely believes it. Like I don't think, like he's a huge grifter, no doubt, but like he is a believable grifter in that he might actually believe what he's saying.
Right. But I think Alex Jones was just, he's a special type of character because I think he really does believe some of the shit that he talks about. And maybe when it first started out, it was like a bit, but then it just snowballed into what it is, what he turned out to be. Because when you see him on interviews like with Joe Rogan and stuff, and how he's like really sincere about the shit that he spews,
it's so crazy.
Like, I think he is really out there. It's really
I mean, there's just a bunch of other crazy stuff. I mean, and basically, someone's asking me what my skin routine is. Just washing the face with soap, baby. Use a little lotion here and there. Actually, it was funny. I posted a photo of me earlier this week on 420 of me at 20. Did you do? I got some photos of you looking pretty young. I was thinking of sharing
it. when I was there last, or did you find
no?
some
You
on
you either
Facebook?
Posted them or sent them to me, and
Maybe I might have posted some stuff on like older accounts that are now lost forever.
I mean, I at least saved it. But anyways, I mean, I didn't have a beard, and my hair was a little bit more JFK-ish. So everyone's like, "Oh, Siraj, I didn't realize you were white."
I mean, you still look white here compared to me.
Yes, I do. I don't know if there's a way for me to pull this up. Ooh, I can share photos. Let's see what I could Let's see what I can get here. Hold on 1 second, Habibis. Give me 1 second. But anyways, that while that's going on, there is also on the list I got. Did you see that interview that mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, gave to Anderson Cooper?
Right.
Did you see that?
I did.
It
was.
Oh, here we go. Here's
there
the
you
photo.
Go.
Can you see it? That's the photo. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Siraj, I had no idea you were white."
Right? I mean, that's a frat boy look. If there's ever,
it is very much a frat boy look. And also a photo of Ernie for the Habibis. If I can like position it, I wish I could. Let's see if we could get some other stuff going on. Ooh, here's a good one. Ernie. I'll bring him on in a little bit. Oh, there we go. More Ernie. These are the photos I don't post all the time. I just take so many. And then this is him from earlier today. You get that little thick boy. Anyways, yeah. So she's definitely the mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman. She's going on the list for offering her city as a control group. That was, I mean, there's no other way to describe that. That's bad. It's crazy.
It really was. It was a very bizarre interview, the way that she had it, and what always amazes me when these people get onto these places is that they're never prepared. You know what I mean? Like if you're coming out with something like this, I mean, at least come out with examples from Asia, the way that Asia reopened. They have like, borders, they have people sitting far away from each other. They're not going to be full capacities. They're going to be apart. Like there's going to be regulations and all that kind of stuff. Or like every other slot machine has to be closed up, whatever. But they just get onto it and they start spewing these idiotic things. And it just is like, these are the people who, run the cities or run the states. And it's just like,
what's crazy is that
to the ground is just insane.
What's crazy is I never thought someone could outdo Bill de Blasio for being like worst mayor of America. Like de Blasio has just been utterly useless, from like talking about having a parade after this is all over to
jogging in the
jogging in Central Park, like he
stating that everybody should still ride on the metros in mid-March and stuff.
But even from like after everyone was already quarantined, there was some quote that came out, I think from the CNN contributor Errol Lewis, I think, saying that de Blasio had like an 11-mile walk through Central Park, saying that he needed that every day in order to do his job effectively. I'm like, holy crap! Like, imagine if you have that walk every day.
11 miles, but I mean, to do it effectively, if this is what it is for 11 miles, I mean, I wonder what it is if he hasn't done any of those walks.
Exactly. It's absolutely insane. Also, just really quick, wrapping up on my list, I got Mark Warner, the senator from Virginia, for making the whitest sandwich on earth. It was, if you watch this video, it's him making it, it's tuna, like straight out of the can. The chicken of the sea, not even like mixed up, just right onto the bread. Like he puts a mayo on the bread, and then he just like scoops out
the amount of mayo that he squirts on it,
and then throws like some of that nasty ass, Kraft cheddar cheese or American cheese, and then puts it together and throws it in the microwave. Terrible. Just like the
mayonnaise
worst.
In the microwave is just insane. I have never seen that happen before in my life. And so fish in the microwave, it's just.
I mean, not only was the bread not toasted and the tuna was not mixed with the mayo beforehand, you got to mix that stuff up. You can't just like throw it on the sandwich.
You got to add pickles, a little bit of spices, and some chili.
I mean, he's white, so he probably never heard of spice before, so.
They put a little pepper.
Next up on the list, who's probably going to make it and has a very good chance of making it, is Chris Cuomo, the CNN host. And the reason for this is he broke quarantine while he had coronavirus to go out to the Hamptons and look at a house. and then boom, he and
rise,
huh?
Out of the cave, Jesus out of the cave.
Jesus out of the cave. Yeah, you put up.
It was the most. He needs to be like number one for that. The reason being is because of how he's tweeting now think about other people.
Oh yeah.
What do you think that's going to be when you're around other people and all this?
Think about others is the exact quote, and it was in reaction to a Hill tweet that said, "Kentucky sees spike in coronavirus cases after protests against lockdown." Like, what? Have a seat, buddy. Get back in that basement.
Yeah, exactly. And just stay in there forever, like never come out.
Not only that, but also, did you see the report? And I felt so bad about this because, like, we're all dunking on him. His son tested positive for coronavirus.
I know. His whole family got it. I mean, it's 100% that they would, especially because he got it. So you're just gonna assume that they all got it. But I mean, back onto that, him and also Stephanopoulos as well. When he tested positive, he was out. He was seen out, like, walking around. And the biggest thing is, yeah, and the biggest thing is that the people who were dunking on Ivanka for going to her relatives for Passover, right? They were like dunking on her and stuff. It's like, oh, why didn't you do Zoom and all this kind of stuff? Are completely 100% silent on what Cuomo did and on what.
Did you just call him Cuomo?
I don't know how to say these white people's names.
Have you never heard his name before?
No, I have never. I've never heard it. Like, so I'm just like shooting from the hip.
Oh my god! It's Cuomo, dude.
Cuomo. Okay.
Have you never turned on the TV before?
No. I honestly, I haven't. I don't watch. I really don't watch CNN, Fox, NBC, nothing. Anything, any segment that I ever catch or anything is on Twitter, and that's it. That's all I get. I think cable news is like. I think cable news is turned into like WWE. It's fake as fuck. Like, the whole thing is fake, and the people who are in it know it's fake, and it's not real.
Yeah, the last person on my list. I just wanted to share 5 with the Habibis on here for the list preview. The 5th one also comes from New York, and it's AOC. And the reason for that, when oil prices tanked below 0, she tweeted, quote, "You absolutely love to see it. This, along with record low interest rates, means it's the right time for a worker-led mass investment in green infrastructure to save our planet." Cough. She deleted that tweet and then wrote, quote, "This snapshot is being acknowledged as a turning point in the climate movement. Fossil fuels are in long-term structural decline. This, along with low interest rates, means it's the right time to create millions of jobs transitioning to renewable and clean energy, a key opportunity." I mean, how do you unpack that, first of all? Because, like, she graduated from, was it Boston College or Boston University, with a degree in economics?
Supposedly. I mean, I haven't seen any evidence of, like, her actually being graduate with an economics degree.
I mean, the funny thing about that is she didn't even address she just, like, tried to memory hole it. And oh man, people are demanding Ernie. I should probably go get him. Yes. So before we get into the next segment, I'm gonna go grab Ernie just to please the Habibis.
I'll try to answer some of these questions that come up. I stopped counting after 12. The drink is Buffalo Trace. That's what the drink is.
Here we go. Here he is. For the Habibis.
I do not like Tucker Carlson.
Here we go.
There he is.
There he is. Ernie, what's up, bud?
Good How's boy. It going, Ernie?
Good boy. Ernie, say hi to Jay. Give your salam to Jay.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right, Ernie, we're going to kick this, okay, bud? You good? You good with that? You want to lay down? Okay, all right.
Lord, thick.
He's not a huge fan of this. He doesn't like being in front of the camera. It's pretty much all the time.
Yeah, look at him. He's really shy.
Good boy. Yep. Anyways, all right. So let's actually get into before we get into the last segment, let's talk about hold on, let's see here. Come on, Ernie.
Well, I want to unpack a little bit of the AOC and like how a lot of her followers, well, not just her followers, but people who are in the same type of socialist commie mindset, is that when a pandemic like this happens and that they're seeing that a lot of people are staying home, or a lot of people are not able to go to work, or people are dying or getting sick and stuff, is a great opportunity for them to push socialistic policies and stuff. Mm-hmm. I am so mesmerized by Ernie.
Yeah, so this is his favorite teddy bear, and what's funny about this is that he, just wait, it might get actually R-rated over here because he humps the hell out of this thing.
I was gonna say he likes his bear daddy.
Yeah. Ernie, come on, bud. You're not gonna hump it for everybody? Come on, bud.
Come on, hump it for us.
Come on, buddy. He's shy. He'd rather do it in private. He knows what's up. Anyways, while we continue to look at Ernie here, come on, bud. You wanna come hang out? Come on. Come on. I should have brought treats down here. Come on, bud. When people see him in real life, it's actually really funny because he really actually is that thick.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
I mean, look at him. His little tapping. You got to get like little tap shoes on him.
I really should.
Like tap, 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 tap.
Before Emily and I got married, back in like 2016. Oh, guys. Turn away.
Here you go. The quarantine. The quarantine's happening.
Things are happening. Oh, Jay, now he's doing his best impression of you. Look at him. See where his head is?
Look, oh, yeah, that's where it is. No, he knows the best.
He saw you once and thought, I'm going to go straight for it.
He's a man of good taste.
Oh,
He's so, his legs are so stubby. He's so small, you can't get up on it.
Oh my God. LB's getting in here being like, we're suing. Okay, right. LB. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's just looking around. Hey, what's up, buddy? Here, you want to get up on here? Hold on. Oh, you want to get up on the bed? Okay. Ooh. And he's on the bed. All right. Ernie, sit. Ernie.
I like eating ass. Ernie. Somebody commented on
that. That's Carlos.
100%.
Anyways, I don't have my notes in front of me, but I was going to ask you what you're doing in your spare time, or at least what are you doing during quarantine to keep yourself busy? Besides, obviously, besides the go-to of what Carlos said.
Well, I do. Well, I mean, of course, it's Bruce's mom, and then I also
hey, look how many viewers we got.
I'm using that. We got 69. Oh, nice.
Oh, it went up. Someone stop watching.
Get off it.
Screenshot. All right, get back in here. All right, so that was nice. So yeah, Bruce's mom.
Right, Bruce's mom. I also got a Peloton bike, so.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to keep on it. Yeah, I mean after the commercial, I had to get one.
Oh, because the one that I was dunking on.
Right, exactly.
I mean, the ultimate irony here will be when obviously I get a Peloton. Right.
Well, you need to get one. Me and Yasha already got one.
And do you guys actually? I mean, do you guys compete?
I don't think he would compete, but I mean,
How does the Peloton
we tried to motivate each other.
Yeah. And
Well,
does that actually happen?
Of what you're doing. I don't know. I don't know if he gets on it at the same time I do. Maybe he gets on it at different times, but he never replies back. So
you never Eiffel Tower together on the Peloton?
Maybe if I offered that, he would get on it. I don't know.
Ernie, you really stole the show here, buddy. Can you hear his heavy breathing?
No, I do not think Mayor Goodman is hot from Vegas. I think AOC is hot.
You think everyone's hot, Jay? Let's be real.
Well, mothers mostly.
AOC's not a mommy. Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's still time for you.
Right. I mean, it could happen. You never know. I just got to DM her more often. I've DM'd her. I have DM'd her with every account that's gone through. So,
oh my God.
I just need to DM her with this one too, and just be like, "This is Bob Malik. Do you remember?"
Bob Malik. Getting into all the accounts that you had. How many total did you have?
Total, I think 12.
12. That's what I thought.
Because when me and Dusty got into a group chat in
back in like 2018,
on Twitter, I think that was the third or fourth one I was already on or something. Because every time I create a new one and you add me into it again, it showcases how many there were, and I think there's like 10 now of different people that are on there. I think you have you. I've
taken screenshots of how many have been on there. But like,
they're insane. But they always cut me off after 10,000 followers. Every time I get 10,000, they cut me off.
Are you serious?
Always how that happens.
I remember.
But I think it's just a coincidence.
I think I remember your first account. You had like 18,000 before you got booted.
Right. Yeah, and then it always gets back up to around there, and then I get booted again.
What's so great about it is that it creates a moment in and of itself every time you get kicked off Twitter. It like sets everyone off. Everyone goes crazy.
And it's like the first time I've ever been banned. Because the funny thing is that I can when I get banned off of it, I can still for a couple of days still see like the notifications and if anybody tagged me or anything on it, and I can still see. It's honestly for the very first time I get banned and also when I get banned off of like the 12th account or anything, it's the same reaction. It's like it's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna position myself so I'm only on Ernie. There you go. Yeah. So one thing that I found to be pretty funny is like people will realize like months later after you started a new account that that's actually you.
Yeah. It's because I'm trying to come up with like the most random type names.
Yeah.
That I can come up with. And the funny thing is
good. Bob Malik was beautiful. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was my favorite one too. I'm gonna miss Bob. And then there was also like the Brandon Johnson or something like that. That was short lived after like it was like 5 minutes and it got killed.
Also Jason Briggs, that was really good too.
Oh, that's the one, Jason Briggs.
Yeah,
Jason
that's
Briggs
the one.
came on for like 5 minutes and then it was killed.
Oh man,
The
that was good.
longest
Someone
time I've
asked.
been on is about a
Some.
year. The shortest is 5 minutes.
So I think we're gonna open. I would try to respond to as many questions as we can before we peace out of here. We'll do like 5 minutes. Someone asked, Nicholas Morales asked, Raj, can you please explain what the 3 writing hand emojis is, please? So if you're not familiar with that, that is if you are under consideration for the list with a tweet that really you posted without thinking, or you did intentionally, and you need to have your phone taken away from you, that's what it's for. It's to kind of put you on notice. And it's sort of the indicator for people to know that that's what they tweeted was out of pocket. And then someone asked me if I'm high.
Yeah.
Or I just look like that. Trust me, I am not high. I just look like this.
Right. When I first came to DC and we hung out, it was like you, me, Caleb, and a bunch of other people. I thought you smoked up or did something.
Oh, really?
I did.
That's so funny because I really like, that's just me. Someone asked, what kind of dog is Ernie? Ernie is a long-haired Chihuahua. You can look at him here again. Ernie, say hi. So Ernie actually used to have his ears all the way up like this. And then like one day they just flipped back down and he's just looked like this ever since. And obviously he's gained a lot of weight. I'm sorry, Ernie, I didn't mean that. You're a thick boy.
You're thick. Yeah. He's just big bone.
He's just a big bone. I take him out for walks all the time and he just eats so much. He just loves it. He's just such a chow hound. I can't really get him motivated to do anything. Jay, question for you from Charles G. Mitchell. What is your favorite anime?
Hunter x Hunter, 100%.
All right, what is Hunter
I'm
x
also
Hunter?
reading the manga. Hunter x Hunter is an anime that was first a manga in the 1980s, and if you really want me to get into it, it's a world.
What's the premise? I just want to hear the premise.
Okay, so the main premise was this kid Gon, who was on an adventure to find his dad, and along the way he met some of his friends, Krapika and Killua, and I forget the other guy's name. It's like some doctor or whatever. But it's really good. I enjoyed it, so that's definitely in my top 10.
Yeah,
and
well,
I've watched it like a couple of times.
Got some more questions. 2011 or 90s version?
2011 version. I don't like the 90s version just because of the animation. I like the fact that it was a little bit more in tune with the manga, but the 2011 version is my go-to.
Someone asked, Mr. Jungle asked, if Biden picks Andrew Cuomo, does he win?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think Biden, as he is now, he has really good momentum going into it and stuff. I mean, I know on Twitter and all that kind of shit, we can see all his gaffes and we can dunk on it and all that kind of stuff. But how well he's doing with, people of color, and how well he's doing in the suburbs, and how well he's doing in all these other places, it's looking like he can really, really take it. If he adds somebody like Cuomo, or if he adds somebody like
why do you keep
Abrams?
saying it like that? Cuomo.
Hey, look, English is my second language. Okay, Arabic
it's
is
not Japanese.
Cuomo. I watch too much anime, bro. Way too much.
Yeah, you really do. I think the only way Biden's gonna win if he picks this thick boy right here as his running mate. Yeah, 100%. Who could say no to that?
No, you can't. You really can't.
And someone else asked if he could win with Kamala Harris. That's a tough call. I would probably put Kamala over any of the other VP candidates at the moment, just because she's on the younger side and she's very charismatic, and
but that's why I think what's the other one? What's her name?
Stacey
the one
Abrams.
who throws binders.
Oh, Amy Klobuchar.
Yes, Klobuchar. I think if he picks Klobuchar, because she's very sharp,
Yeah.
and she's very aggressive and stuff, I think he can really do a really good showing on it. And I think she would give Pence like a run for his money if they ever debated and stuff. Like I think Trump will murder Biden on any debate, and the reason
Right.
why is because Trump is very aggressive. He's just big in terms of personality. Like when he's in the place, nobody else is going to overtake that.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And Biden right now is not as sharp as he used to be. And I don't like to get into like, oh, he's like mentally ill or like he's like,
In
you know,
mental
on the
decline.
decline. He's just not as sharp. It's just old age. He's just not as there as he was like 20 years ago and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I personally think,
he would
yeah,
be a must.
despite the amount of times I joke about Klobuchar beating up her staff, which is arguably the funniest thing of any presidential candidate, is just the picturing Amy, who, by the way, if I tweeted this out, I have to go back and find it. But when Amy dropped out of the race, I posted a photo, a side by side of her and my mom, and they basically are identical.
100%, dude.
It's
Like they
crazy.
look
I'm gonna see if I can find it real
100%.
quick, just
It's
because
crazy,
it's so wild.
right?
Yeah.
Your mom's white too, right?
Yeah. So my mom's white. She's from Connecticut, and that's where I was born. It was Hartford, Connecticut. But my dad's from Pakistan, and they met back in the '70s when my dad was doing his residency. His general surgery residency in Hartford, and my mom was a nursing student, and the two met. And this is, I don't really talk about the whole story of how they met. I tell people who I know about it, just because we're here and we're talking about it. I'll just tell you right now, real quick. What was really funny about them meeting is my mom. Her name is Susan, and it's the whitest name ever.
Right.
Her girlfriends at work said, "You got to meet this guy. He is the worst disco dancer ever." And she's like, "All right, I guess I got to check this guy out." And then boom, all of a sudden, she sees him dancing, and that was apparently it. That's what really like sealed the deal. So, fellas, if you're a really terrible dancer, don't fret. There's still hope for you.
Right, 100%. And be brown.
be, be exotic.
100%. Yeah, be exotic. Be a bad dancer and be exotic, and you're good.
He did have he had a great mustache though. So, you kind of had to, it was mesmerizing. I mean, I mean, he's my dad, but he's very, that mustache would, it's like a snake charmer.
Somebody's asking if you can dance. Can you dance, Siraj?
I can do a two-step, but that's pretty much it. I can't.
Two-step. No.
I mean, I could do some ballroom dancing. I'm not like, I have like rhythm, but I mean, now if you're asking me like if I was like one of these, you know, if I could be in the dance video and like really break it down, the answer is a hell no, because I would only embarrass myself. I stick to my lane of doing one thing and one thing only, and that's really just being a troll online. So I can't find the photo here, but I'm gonna keep going through it.
No, somebody.
Here's my
commented
mom.
on
If you
it.
could see her, that's not really. I mean, that's my mom taking a selfie, and there's not really. Can't see
Somebody
right there.
Somebody quoted or commented the link.
Oh,
It.
good.
They
Someone found it. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I can't tap on
You
it.
got the best. You got the best fans.
These guys seriously are next level. Like I don't
Right.
honestly, I have no idea how everyone here. I don't know why you follow me, and I certainly don't know why you guys are so loyal. Like I have a damn army. It's crazy. And this, by the way, this is my favorite meme of all time. This was from the Twitter handles at Nick A. Chew. One of my, this is actually fairly recent. And this was by far one of the funniest things ever. Oh, oh wait, you probably can't see that because this is another good one. See, there's my dad. There's my dad in the middle with the mustache. And I mean, who is not mesmerized by that?
Right. I think I know who did that. Was that H Smokes or something?
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, it's just so good. Like such a classic look. God, where is this? I'm just like pouring. Like the thing about Instagram Lives is you have to like go through all of your photos, and pretty much all of my photos are screenshots of other people's tweets because of the list. And it's like focusing on people who blocked me, focusing on like everybody's bad tweets. It's just.
My favorite one was Mehdi, who blocked you over the over the list. That one was my favorite.
That was good. Also, Torre, and Nira Tandon. Ooh, this is funny too. Look at that. I don't know who made this, but that's. Oh man. Let's see. I'll give you guys some Ernie in the meantime. Ernie. All right. Can you guys see Ernie? But yeah, Mehdi Hassan was he was not very happy about the whole thing being on the list. It's actually really funny because of all the things that he would block me for, that being the one.
That's what he blocked you.
That's what he blocked me for. I can't tell you how many people.
What's also funny about him is that like his persona is he's this go-getter journalist who like really asks the tough questions and all this kind of stuff, and then like you do a little bit of here and there on Twitter, make fun of him a little bit or do something here and there, and he's like he gets so butthurt.
Yeah, I mean, I challenged him on the whole thing about I'm trying to remember. I think it was something about Bernie putting out an ad before he dropped out, kind of showing how close he was with Obama. And it was just really, it was kind of rich because like Mehdi, who I knew was a very vocal critic of Obama over like things like the drone war program, as well as, and it was just kind of stunning. I can't recall, but he and I were kind of getting into a debate and he wasn't giving Bernie as much criticism for trying to cater to Obama or like get his. This is another great meme. I love this one. Ernie holding a gun at me. That's from Fuzzy Dunlop. It's so good, and that's beautiful. But yeah, back to Mehdi. He just really he handled that. He like thought I wasn't arguing in good faith, and so like he just was kind of avoiding the question. But in any event, I never get offended when people block me, only if I like consider them a friend. Actually, it was really funny. One of my colleagues at work blocked me, and I only found out about it like a year later. And the reason that the reason he did it was because I like sent him a Stephen Colbert gif, and he was so mad that like he hates Stephen Colbert with a passion that he ended up blocking me. But we were still friends throughout, so it was like he just didn't want to see my tweets. He unblocked me though. We're all good now. I actually just checked in with him earlier today. That was actually really funny. All right, I can't find the photo. I'm gonna have to. We'll do that another time. Why can't I get back to normal?
No, when you can retweet it. But we got like 2 minutes left, dude.
Yeah, 2 minutes. All right, so we got any more questions? So when will Yasher be on Hashing It Out? That's a good question. Really, it's up to Yasher whenever he wants to come on here.
That would be a good one, honestly.
Yeah, it really depends on what he wants to talk about because I have no idea. Yasher is one of those guys who keeps everything close to the vest, and it's kind of one of those traits I admire.
close to the vest? What the fuck is that, man? That's Islamophobia.
That's Islamophobia. Literally, Ernie, please bite me. Yeah. So I'll talk to him. Well, maybe we'll get him on the list. We'll get him on there. He's on my list.
I think that would be a good one.
Yeah,
He's on your list.
Short list. Maybe next time we'll bring him on the Instagram live if he really wants to. So anyways, I'm going to post this on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And oh my God, someone said, Siraj, you must interview Laura Loomer.
Don't do that to yourself, dude.
Oh,
Don't
man.
do it.
Oh my God. Maybe I'll finally get the Trump retweet when I do.
Right.
There are times when I've told you I'm like active. There's some times where I troll to the point where like, hey, maybe Trump will retweet this. Let's just keep it going. And it never ever.
You should
happens.
do it, and then what's called laminate it like
Caleb.
Caleb did.
Caleb did that. Caleb Hall.
He laminated the retweet.
It's amazing.
So good.
I mean, one of these days, it's bound to happen. Hopefully, he retweets Ernie instead. I mean, how could you not retweet this little guy?
You got to.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, Habibis, this has been great. Habibi, Jay, Mujahed Kobbe, thanks so much for joining me.
Brenton Taylor.
This has been fun. Hopefully, we'll do it again in a week or so.
Absolutely.
When I have a little food in my belly, because I'll be fasting all day during Ramadan.
No worries. Also be
all right, Ramadan Mubarak, Habibis. We'll see you hopefully next week.
Ramadan Kareem. Peace.
Ramadan Kareem. All right, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.